Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, if you've been following the story about the fake candidate case down in Florida, you know that it's a hot mess. It's completely convoluted. You also know that there have been three candidates in question so far who were seemingly used to siphon votes away from the Democrats running in three different districts. Well, I have more layers and names to add to the mix now. I'm sure you're all excited about that. And there may actually be a fourth fake candidate that we hadn't heard about before. As you likely recall, there were two young women who were hired to act as a chairperson for two separate political committees that are tied to these three candidates in question. Political committees, by the way, that were established by a Republican operative named Alex Alvarado. Well, investigators are now saying that one of those young women that acted as the chair for one of these political committees, she was introduced to Alvarado through an old friend from high school, a lobbyist named Macy Harper. And this is where the potential fourth fake candidate comes into the picture, because Harper also helped with the campaign of a man named Leroy Sanchez, who ran for the Florida State House in the 42nd district. Now, like the other three who were under scrutiny by authorities, Sanchez ran as a no party preference candidate, so essentially as an independent. He didn't bother to campaign. He refused interviews with the media. He didn't take part in debates. He received only 2 campaign contributions total, and he ran on a progressive platform. So he basically ran on a platform that would appeal to lefty Democrats. And Harper, this woman who introduced the other young woman to Alex Alvarado, she acted as the treasurer for this guy's campaign, even though she's a registered Republican. So he is allegedly an independent. He's running on a Democratic, progressive platform, and she's a registered Republican. Now, you may say, it could happen. People change their mind. People change their affiliation. You're going to hear why that's not the case, or at least it doesn't appear to be the case. So she helped him out. She helped him quite a bit with his campaign. In fact, she's the one who signed the check for his filing fee for his candidacy. And at one point, Sanchez submitted an incorrect form for his candidacy. Well, it was Harper. It was this woman who emailed the correct form to the Division of Elections with a note saying, quote, "Please confirm receipt and qualification status as soon as possible. If you have any questions, please call me," not the candidate. She wanted this board to contact her about his candidacy. So here's where things get really interesting with this Macy Harper, and why she's going to have a very hard time convincing anybody that she's just this innocent party and she just wanted to support an independent candidate. The young woman who she helped to connect with Alex Alvarado to become a committee chairperson is a woman named Haley DeFelippes. Now, you've heard me talk about DeFelippes. As I said, if you've been following this case, DeFelippes, as I mentioned previously, became increasingly concerned as the investigation into this alleged fake candidate and the other two got picked up by the media, and especially when investigators started reaching out to her with questions. Well, in December of 2020, DeFelippes sent a text to Alvarado to ask his advice about, hey, how should I respond to investigators? Because they wanted to meet with her and they wanted to talk to her about how she knew Alex Alvarado, how she came to be the chairperson of this political committee that supported these three seemingly fake candidates. So in this text to Alvarado, she said, quote, "Macy said, don't say her name, so I'm at a loss. Can I just skip the question?" So this Macy Harper didn't want her name mentioned. She didn't want this DeFelipe's girl who she went to school with to say, oh, yeah, I met Alex Alvarado through Macy Harper. Yeah, doesn't seem suspicious at all, does it? But it gets worse because Harper is apparently friends with Roger Stone. In March of last year, Harper posted a video of Roger Stone on her Facebook page. In the video, Stone says that he has a, quote, special message for my loyal friend, Macy Harper. He goes on to say, quote, one thing I know about you and I, Macy, we will never quit. So thank you for your support and your free Roger Stone. And what he was referring to was, I guess she used the hashtag free Roger Stone. And when she posted this video on Facebook of Stone praising her, she included a caption that said, quote, if you know me, you know this is the best day ever. So as of March of last year, she was a big fan of Roger Stone. Roger Stone praising her for wanting him to be freed after lying to Congress, after tampering with a witness, is the best day ever for her. But yet she's helping an independent candidate who purports to support progressive policies. Roger Stone, the guy who is so far up Trump's ass, it's unbelievable, who literally has a tattoo of Nixon on his freaking back. That's how right-wing Roger Stone is, the guy who hangs out with Proud Boys and 3%ers and other militia members. Total extremists. Yeah, that's the guy she's all excited. This was the best day of her life, having Roger Stone praise her. But she's working to get a progressive elected? Sure, Jan. I mean, the policies that they purported to support, these candidates, are things that the right wing calls communism. So, yeah, do I believe that she was in it for the right reasons? No, but we'll have to see. And so who is this seemingly fake candidate, this Leroy Sanchez? Well, according to the Orlando Sentinel news outlet, he is, quote, the brother of a prominent Republican donor who contributed to one of his opponents. So his brother's name is Domingo Sanchez. And not only did he donate to his brother's campaign, but he donated to his brother's political opponent, the guy who actually went on to win. And his brother's the only one who did donate to his campaign. He made one donation as an individual person, and then he made the second donation through his business, which is called Titan Land Company. And here's the thing. This guy may have very well swung the election to the Republican, because this Sanchez guy received almost 7,500 votes. The Democrat lost by only 1,160. So there's no telling how many of Sanchez's voters would have voted for the Democrat, which is Barbara Katie, if Sanchez wasn't in this race, or if people at least knew that he had a campaign that was allegedly set up by a Republican lobbyist, a diehard Roger Stone supporter. You think some Democrats may have thought twice, some progressives, if they knew that, oh, hey, his finance manager of his campaign is a Trump-loving, Roger Stone-loving lobbyist. The laws need to change in this country. This is ridiculous. This is allowed to go on. That you are literally legally allowed to run a ghost candidate, a fake candidate, is insane. How are we ever going to have fair elections? But yet the right wants to cry and whine about the fake election fraud. They don't care about this. This is great. And again, I say, this is why they think that the left cheats, because they do. They know they're guilty as sin. So they figure if we do it and we're these great Christians, we're such good people, law-abiding citizens, and we do it, of course the heathens are doing it. Complete and utter projection. Anyway, guys, as always, I will keep you posted on this story. I'll let you know when more breaks. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.